Sun Wukong Adventure The Great Cloud Race. Story for Kids. Chapter Yat, the boast that started it all. It was a glorious morning on the mountain of flowers and fruit. The sun shone, peach blossoms danced on the breeze, and the waterfalls sparkled like silver ribbons down the cliffs. Among the treetops, the monkeys chattered excitedly and gathered in a circle. Right in the middle, striking a heroic pose, stood the one and only Sun Wukong, the Monkey King. "Watch this, little ones," he cried with a wide grin. With a twist of his heels and a puff of cloud, he sprang into the air and landed on his magic somersault cloud. Whoosh! Off he went, zigzagging between mountaintops, diving through waterfalls, and weaving around golden butterflies. The younger monkeys squealed in delight, pointing and clapping with sticky peach-covered fingers. Wukong zipped back and landed in a perfect spin, kicking up a swirl of petals. He puffed out his chest. "I," he declared, striking a pose, "am the fastest, most magnificent cloud rider in all the heavens and earth. No one, and I mean no one, can match the speed of the great sage equal to heaven." Just then, whoosh! A blast of wind knocked all the monkeys flat on their backs. Trees bent sideways. Peach leaves flew in every direction. Even Wukong's cloud tumbled away like a scared sheep. "What in the celestial realms?" Wukong grumbled, brushing leaves from his fur. Chapter Yi, the wind god appears. Out of the stormy gusts strode a towering figure. His beard curled and flowed like storm clouds, and his robes flapped like sails in a typhoon. Every step sent little whirlwinds skittering across the ground. It was none other than Feng Bo, the mighty wind god. "Oh ho ho!" he boomed, his voice shifting from a soft breeze to a howling gale. "Did I just hear someone boasting about being the fastest in all the heavens?" Wukong crossed his arms and raised an eyebrow. "You heard right, old windbag. I could race around you twice before you blink." The wind god chuckled, his eyes sparkling with mischief. "Then let's put that mouth of yours to the test." He reached into his sleeve and pulled out a small golden jar. It shimmered with magic. "This," he said, holding it high, "is peach blossom honey, sweetest nectar in all the skies, aged 1,000 years by moonlight. The winner gets the jar." U's eyes nearly popped out of his head. "That honey is legendary." "Then let's race," said Feng Bo, grinning. "From here to the Moon Palace and back. The first one to touch this stone when they return wins. You Rion!" Wukong shouted, already hopping on his cloud. "But don't cry when I leave you in my dust." Chapter Sam, the race begins. The baby monkeys clambered onto tree branches to get the best view. One tiny monkey held up a banana like a flag. 3, 2, 1, go! Boom! The wind god shot off like a cannonball, leaving a spiraling tunnel of air behind him. Wukong staggered backwards, caught in the whirlwind. "Hey! No fair!" he shouted, hopping on his cloud and zooming after him. That puff of a god didn't even wait for the countdown. He leaned low, urging his cloud to go faster. Trees became green blurs. Mountains zipped past. He could barely spot the wind god ahead, already a speck in the sky. "Humph," Wukong grumbled. "If he wants to play tricks, so can I." Chapter Say, Sun Wukong cheating tricks. Trick Yat, the speedy hawk. With a snap of his fingers, Wukong turned into a sleek hawk with shimmering bronze feathers. "Birds are fast," he reasoned. "I'll just flap my way to victory." He flapped, and flapped, and flapped. But he hadn't flown in bird form since the Dragon King's birthday. His wings ached. His feathers drooped. Then, "Nice try, monkey," chirped a sparrow as it zipped by upside down. Wukong squawked in frustration and fell back into monkey form. "Trick Yi, the rocket staff. Time for Plan B," he said. He pulled out his magical staff, Ruyi Jingu Bang, and whispered an enchantment. With a rumble, rocket fins sprouted from the ends. "Sam, Yi, Yat, blast off." He zoomed forward like a firework. "Now this is more like it." Unfortunately, he forgot to steer. Kapoof! Right into a flock of sleeping geese. Honk! Flap! Peck! Wukong tumbled out of the sky, covered in feathers and goose goo. Trick some. The invisible breeze. Panting, but not giving up, Wukong snapped his fingers again and vanished into thin air. "He'll never see me coming," he whispered. He crept up behind the wind god, invisible, giggling to himself. But just as he passed beside him, achoo! The wind god sneezed, sending a gale of wind right into Wukong's invisible face. Wukong spun like a leaf, right into a puffy rain cloud. Splash! He emerged dripping, eyes crossed, and fur spiked in every direction. The baby monkeys watching from below howled with laughter. Chapter: The finish line. Finally, after zigzags, tumbles, flaps, splats, and splashes, Wukong landed with a soggy plop at the finish line. There stood Feng Bo, calmly sipping tea from a floating porcelain cup. "Took you long enough, puddle monkey," the wind god said with a grin. Wukong wiped the rain from his ears. Okay, you won. You blew me away. Literally." Feng Bo smiled, unscrewed the golden jar, and, without a word, handed Wukong half of the shimmering honey. "You re not so bad when you re not cheating," he said. "And racing's always more fun with someone who keeps things interesting." Wukong blinked. "You re not mad." The wind god winked. "Let's just say, I've blown off worse." Wukong laughed, licking the honey from his fingers. It was sweeter than he imagined, maybe because he was sharing it. "Same time tomorrow." Yes. But Feng Bo was already gone, vanishing into the sky on a gentle breeze. Only a faint whisper of wind and the sound of laughter remained. Then, for now, want to race again? Just say the word. Sun Wukong's always ready for his next wild adventure.